The terror, which began on Saturday afternoon in an upmarket shopping centre in Nairobi, Kenya, has finally come to an end, according to Kenyan officials. After an intense 4-day standoff, in which roughly 15 members of the Al-Shabaab terrorist group stormed the Westgate shopping centre and began shooting indiscriminately, the Kenyan army has finally regained control of the centre. The official death toll stands at 62, with at least one South African, James Thomas, having lost his life. But with the conflict now finally over, a cloud of uncertainty hangs over the why and how of this tragedy. The attackers have claimed on Twitter that it was revenge for Kenya's involvement in Somalia, but a vague picture is emerging of a woman who led this attack, dubbed the White Widow, whose intentions are less clear. Samantha Luthwaite, born in the UK, had been linked to a number of attempted terrorist attacks in Mombasa. Embarrassingly, details have emerged that show she used a South African passport under the name Natalie Webb to get by unnoticed. More worryingly still are details that come from an unverified Al-Shabaab Twitter account purporting to suggest that its militants were to rendezvous in Pretoria, South Africa. The investigation into this tragedy has only just begun, but any link to South Africa will no doubt be thoroughly scrutinized, and the verified reasons for this attack and how to prevent further attacks remains to be seen.
An absolute tragic story, but right now we're joined on the line by Bernard Momanya, who is a long-time crime reporter and also a news editor of Capital FM in Nairobi. Bernard, good morning. Can you hear me? Bernard?
Good morning. I can hear you loud and clear.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Well, I cannot say we are doing very well because we've just started 3 days of national mourning that was declared yesterday by President Uhuru Kenyatta in memory of all those who lost their lives in the terrorist attack that hit the country on Saturday.
Yes, indeed, and we wish you well over the time of mourning. But of course, I think the world over, we feel relief that officials told us that the siege has ended. Give us an update as to what happened to the terrorists. Have they been killed? Have they been captured? What is the situation currently?
Well, there's a security operation that has been going on in the building that is Westgate Shopping Mall, that was hit by the terrorists. And the whole of yesterday, police and the military forces were inside the building, and they managed to comb through the area, and by the end of the day, they declared that the building is safe. They announced that they managed to kill 5 of the terrorists inside the building, that is. But they are yet to try today and go through the entire building to start getting out all the bodies that are still lying in the building. Remember, the president last night announced that during the security operation, that also involved security forces defusing some of the explosives that were left behind by the terrorists. 3 of the floors caved in, and most of the bodies are trapped under the rubble. So the president said the operation of trying to get most of those bodies is starting this morning. So we're looking up to into a very busy day today.
Yes. What is the involvement of the White Widow, as it's known? We came out with the fact that one of the lead attackers was a Caucasian female with the name Samantha. She was using a South African passport.
Well, from the briefing, the last official briefing that came out yesterday, and from our interviews with security forces and police officers who are involved in this investigation, they said that indeed intelligence have shown that the British woman, that is Samantha Luthwaite, was involved in this. But the president last night announced that as it is, intelligence have shown that, but now they're trying to start the investigation and indeed confirm her involvement. That is the official position that has been given to yes, from the intelligence sources and the police officers and security forces who are involved in this. They've said that there's strong evidence that is pointing that Samantha was strongly involved in this.
That's it. Bernard, thank you so much. That's unfortunately all we have time for this morning, but thank you so much for joining us on the line, and all the best over this time of mourning and also following with the rest of the investigation.
Most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernard. That was, of course, Mr. Bernard Momanye joining us all the way from Nairobi, Kenya this morning. He is a news editor of Capital FM in Nairobi. But, of course, we will get those details and keep you updated as to what is happening in that part of the world. Right now, though, time for a quick ad break. We'll be right back.